What if there was a simple way to take the guesswork out of making big career decisions? I know you could flip a coin or you could write a long pros and cons list, but today I'm going to introduce a framework which I call the stay or go framework for helping you decide if you should leave that job that's not working for you or stay. I'll show you how clear that decision becomes. Hi, my name is Shelley Piedmont. I'm a former recruiter turned career coach, and I want you to thrive and not just survive your job. Many of you are in jobs which you are not feeling is helping your career. And you have to think about, well, should I stay or should I look for something else? But you may be hesitant to look for something else because you hear that the job market is very challenging right now. And maybe it's better to stay where you are. So today I'm going to introduce the framework that I've used to help me and my clients decide whether this is a good time to start looking and the intensity of how you look for a new job. The first factor we look at is the Sunday Scaries Test. You might have heard of the Sunday Scaries, or you have at least felt that. And that is when it gets to Sunday and you start getting stressed about going to work on Monday. That stress level is an indication that something is amiss in your job. So what I want you to do is on Sunday evening, get a sense of how you feel and rate yourself on a 0 to 10 scale. 0 being, I can't wait for Monday, that's going to be fantastic, to 10, I'm in total panic of Monday and I don't want to go. The Sunday Scaries Test gives you a sense of the urgency you feel. If you like this content, I always appreciate hitting that like button and subscribing to my channel. It really helps. The second factor you want to look at is your job search bandwidth. We all have different amounts of time that we can spend on a job search based upon our specific situation. So it's important to know what is realistic for you. So think about it and slot yourself in one of these 3 levels. High bandwidth would be if you have your weekends and your evenings relatively free. Then you could do an active job search. But you might have medium bandwidth, which means that you have some commitments. Your time available is going to be a lot lower. In that case, you might want to do a selective job search. And some of you may have low bandwidth. You are stretched as it is, and there is no time in the schedule. That means that you might be able to do networking only. Figure out which works for you. This is a test to see how much time you will have available, especially if it's a tough job market where you're going to have to put in extra time to be able to be successful. The last factor is 90 days versus 2 years gauge. And what this does is give you an idea if the juice is worth the squeeze, or does it make sense for you to even do this? So you're going to ask yourself 4 important questions. The first one is, will there be a significant physical or mental impact on you if you stay for 90 days? Ask yourself that. The second question is, take a look at 2 years down the road. What will that future look like if you stay or if you go? Third question you're going to ask is, what would be the cost to me for going? What are some of the challenges or downsides I might face, like rejection, not having a lot of time, something like that. And then you have to ask yourself the same question about whether you should stay. What would be the cost of staying? Could that be your mental health? Could it be career stagnation? Put that all out there. Answer those questions. This will also give you an idea whether moving to another job is actually going to be worth the effort. Now that you've looked at all 3 factors, we're going to put them together, and this is going to guide you on what you should do. So the first thing we're going to look at is go ahead and do an active job search. Put your full efforts into it. And how you're going to decide if that's appropriate for you, well, it will be if your Sunday Scary score is a 7 or more and you have at least medium bandwidth. That's an indication that you should start that job search. Another factor you want to look at is your mental or physical health. If it's going to deteriorate in the next 90 days, then yes, that's an indication for you to start an active job search. And then the last one is, if you know in 2 years you will be worse off than you are today, yes, start that active job search. We're now going to look at a selective job search. And that means that you're not going to go all full out, but you're going to do selected activities. So you might select this if the answer to your questions in the 3 factors are as follows. The first is your Sunday Scary score is a 4 to a 6, and you have medium bandwidth. So that's one. The second is you can get through the next 90 days without physical or mental issues, but you know that in 2 years you will be stagnated, and you have medium bandwidth. And then the third would be if the costs to you for not doing a job search are going to be higher than for you doing a job search, and you have medium bandwidth, then that's an indication for you to do a selective job search right now. The last category is networking only. And these are the scenarios that you would find yourself in when it's suggested that you concentrate on networking as a tactic for your job search. So the first one would be when your Sunday Scaries score is anywhere from 0 to 3. Not really a problem for you, and you have low bandwidth. The second would be if there's no issue with your physical or mental health and you have low bandwidth, then start networking. And then the last one would be, you think that there are growth opportunities here, but you want to look at options and have those in your back pocket, then you want to do networking only. As a reminder, when it comes to networking, you should always be networking. It doesn't matter if you're happy with your job or unhappy with your job. Networking is part of your career insurance. You never know when you need to find another opportunity, or when an opportunity that is better than where you are now can come across your plate. There are 3 situations where even if you have low bandwidth to do a job search, you need to start an active job search. This is crisis level. And those situations are when the Sunday Scaries are rated for you a 9 or 10. You're almost in panic mode. Yes, you need to leave. The second is there is an immediate crisis with your mental or physical health. Again, you need to leave. And then the last one is when your organization is having financial difficulties. You may not have to leave, but you want to leave your options open because things could go downhill very quickly and you don't want to be found without a job. The Stay or Go framework gives you a systematic way to look at this big question. A lot of people don't know what to do, but use this to try to figure out what will be best for you based upon your circumstance. It's better to have a plan and to address a problem like a job that is not working for you with a strategy. This Stay or Go framework gives you that strategy. If you need help with your job search, go ahead and look in the description. I'm a career coach and I'm happy to help you figure out should you stay or should you go.